What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Stratton's Hospitality's Tips and Tricks for Your Airbnb Business. My name is JD, Finance Manager of Stratton Hospitality, and I'm here to share this knowledge with you guys today because we've been through it. We've done it. We've learned the hard way, and we feel it'll be a lot better for aspiring hosts and real estate investors to learn from our mistakes. That way you don't have to go and make them yourself. It'll cut you all the trouble, and you'll get right to where you want to get to, which is making more money. So a question that we get asked often is, do I really need an Airbnb manager for my property? I mean, really, how hard can it be, right? Just think about it. All you have to do is list the property on the portal, get some bookings, and host a guest, right? Well, let me tell you, the business is a lot bigger than that. Now, for a real estate investor looking to diversify it into the real estate portfolio, they might consider that they want to do vacation rentals because of the possibility for the extra cash flow. Some properties might make 3 to 4 times more than they will make on a fixed time rental. So for an investor who's always looking for a return on their money, that might be a no-brainer. So instead of thinking, hey, how hard can it be, right? I can just list the property. Let's go over a few situations that we've been through so that you can see why you would actually want to work with a manager to manage your Airbnb property. So here we go. One of the bullet points I want to touch with you today is 24-hour concierge service. So just picture this. It's Friday night. You're hanging with your friends and family, and the phone rings. It's a guest. They brought a kid along, and they need somewhere for the kid to sleep, right? Now, a lot of situations, parents don't want the kid sleeping in a regular bed because they might fall. They want their privacy. They want their space. And guess what? We offer them a pack and play. So instead of you having to wake up in the middle of the night, have to run out in the rain and deliver the pack and play, all you have to know is that your guests that are staying in your property are going to receive A+ white glove concierge service and have those things delivered by them, because we have a process, we have a system, we have a team that can help us deliver those items that the guests need. Another situation that might happen, that happens quite often, it's a Thursday night, you're ready to go to sleep, you have something else to do in the morning. Out of nowhere, a guest might call you. Hey, can you bring me some extra towels? At that moment, you might say, hey, I'm not taking them no towels. They can do whatever they want. But can you really afford a negative review? That's something that they're going to go ahead and put on the review. It's going to be visual to everybody, and that is going to have an effect on your income. So having a property manager will allow you to provide a quick response, provide great service, a great experience, and have guests give you good reviews that are going to have more guests wanting to come back and book in your property. The second bullet point I wanted to touch with you is maximum exposure equals maximum income. What I mean with this is that when you're working with a team like us, like Stratton Hospitality, that has a system, that has a process, that has ways we work, we don't only market on Airbnb or on Booking.com. We use different softwares that put us on over 1,600 portals on the internet that's going to allow you to expand your bookings. That way you're not depending only on Airbnb, you're also depending on 1,000 other websites besides our own direct portal. Not only do we have our own direct portal, we're also constantly making content, videos, marketing efforts, and trying to get as much exposure down to your property. Versus if you decide just to do it yourself, you might just put it on Airbnb and you might realize you'll think that it's enough, but it's really not. You want to make sure that you're filling up the calendar by listing on as many sites as possible. And also, if you think, I can just list it on all these other sites, Booking.com, Airbnb, all the different websites, VRBO or HomeAway, what happens in the moment that you get a double booking? That's something that we studied, that we've learned, and a channel manager is something that we use that is going to help us eliminate the risk of getting a double booking. Now to my next point, something else that a property manager would do, or an experienced Airbnb host, whichever one you want to call it, is keeping your home in top shape. This is a business that relies strongly and so much on a good customer experience. So when a guest arrives to your property, you want to make sure, or they want to make sure that they're getting what they paid for. The property has to be well maintained, all the light bulbs got to be working, all the plugs got to be operative. You want to make sure that the house is being kept up to guest standards. It has to be somewhere where you will want to stay. That's something that we always say. If we want to stay in the property, then something needs to be done. Whitelisted. So as Stratton Hospitality, we have our maintenance team in-house, and there's people that go throughout the week and stop at every property after the checkout, and they make sure that everything in the house is in top shape, well maintained, and operative for any guests to arrive and be able to use the property comfortably and enjoy their stay. So now, something else to tie in with the property maintenance that is the most key item on this list, in my opinion, is housekeeping. So just imagine you have a guest checking out and another one checking right in, and you're expecting your housekeeper, the person you got off of Craigslist or a different website, to just go and clean the property, right? And guess what? They go ghost. That's something that Stratton Hospitality, we figured out, and we decided that we want to onboard our housekeepers and have them in-house. We don't want to have just contractors that you call once or twice whenever you want to get the property clean. We want to make sure that we have somebody on schedule, on staff, all the time available to make sure the property turnovers are done efficiently and properly. Now, having the right property manager that has an in-house housekeeping team is super important, because they will also understand the system that you need in order to be able to turn the properties over quickly and efficiently. Like having all the same linen, having all the same TV remotes, having all the same equipment. That way it can be standardized, and in case something needs to be replaced, it can be replaced right away. Also, our housekeeping team is trained to provide hotel quality service that will leave the properties, you would say, spotless for the next guest when they arrive. This is done by years and years and years of experience and us banging our heads against the wall, knowing what the properties need, what cleaners you need to use, how to properly schedule the different turnovers throughout the day, so that you can make sure your guests are going to arrive to a property that's clean and it looks the same every single time. You want to make sure that what you're showing them in the picture is what they're receiving. So if in a picture you're showing a beautiful bed with white linen, you want to make sure they get to a bed with white linen. There's no reason why they should be getting there to gray linen or different something else than they were offered, because nowadays it's important to provide the guests that experience and knowing that the product that they're seeing online is the product that they're going to get. Now, something else that our housekeeping also handles that you wouldn't have to worry about is, for example, the large garbage removal. What will happen often, a lot of people will stay in the Airbnb properties and they'll go shopping. There's a lot of tourists. They come to the United States, they want to shop, they go to the mall, they get a bunch of things. And when they leave the house, they leave so much trash, which is not, I wouldn't say bad trash, but all the boxes, the tags, the bags of all the shopping they've done. Our team is equipped and prepared to go ahead and remove all the large garbage for you. Another thing that we would handle, or that I would recommend the host to handle, is the pest control, the gardening, the landscaping, and anything that has to do with the pool and the hot tub maintenance. Okay, and now, last but not least, and in my opinion, the most important point of why you need a property manager or somebody to help you manage your Airbnb investment. And the reason is that a great investment requires a great partnership. Now, we know these things not because we want to talk about them or because we want to say it. It's because we've been there. We've been in the trenches. We've been dealing with the guests. We've been dealing with the portals. We've been dealing with other hosts. We've been dealing with everything that this business needs for it to operate efficiently. Now, we don't say all these things like, hey, you have to go, you might have to take towels in the middle of the night, or they might need to pack and play, or what about a clogged toilet? To scare you. What we're trying to tell you is that we've been there, and it's important for you to be able to have your investment generate the highest return possible by operating as efficiently as it can. And this can be done by working with somebody that has done it before. I can guarantee that this is something that is going to work and it's going to be able to grow. Basically, you want to be able to expand the investment. You want to make sure that the return can be multiplied, not just by one, but by a lot. And that's what a team like Stratton Hospitality can do for you. Something that we take a lot of pride in is our team. So not only do we have a front desk manager, virtual front desk manager, we have a full-time property manager, we have our in-house housekeeping team, we have our own webmaster, we have our own web designer, we have our content creator. Everything that we do is in-house to be able to provide you, the owner, the highest return possible. Now, it's very important when you're looking for a property manager that you don't only go with the first person that you see, because trust me, everybody's gonna paint the picture for you like they're the best ever. But it's also important to see what kind of systems they have in place, what kind of processes they have in place, what have they learned, what have they been through, because us as humans, we learn from experiences, we learn from mistakes. So make sure you make the right choice when choosing a property manager, and make sure you also make the right choice when deciding whether you want to host it yourself or hire a property manager. Then again, you might be able to. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to drive you away from the business, because it is a great opportunity for a lot of people to make a lot of money. But it is important to approach it the right way and the most efficient way possible. Now, I guess that's all I have for you guys today. I want to thank you for tuning in and listening to our tips and tricks for your Airbnb business. And hopefully you'll keep coming back for some more. Thank you guys.